Gucci gang, Louis gang, Fendi gang, Dolce gang, Sachi gang, Prada gang, lot of gangs. I don't really fuck with no brand names. Join about to go on a rampage. Ooh, they don't wanna see me let the chopper bang. Yeah, get this bitch jumping like Shabba Rank. Ooh, what's a little pump to a rocket flame? Yeah, turn your pink dreads into pocket chain. All you new rappers don't be talking about shit except doing drugs. Wonder how you got a name. Damn, sipping lean, take an E, Percocet, purple drink, Xanax, everything sound the same. Fuck, bunch of drug addicts in the house of pain. Woo. Hope you niggas suffer till you pop a vein, yeah. This shit made your mother wanna ovulate, yeah. This shit make conductors wanna stop a train. Gucci, Fendi, Louis, Prada, Dolce. Back when I was broke and no one know me. I couldn't afford it, and now that I got the money, I don't even want this shit, cause it ain't for me. I always been myself, you don't know me. Yeah, I was so depressed, I was lonely. The man on the horse, all I had was Ralph Lauren, then I went inside a deal and bought a pony. Yeah, I'm taking it back and then I'm smacking you bitches and laughing and I'm killing, I'm hacking and I'm sending your body right back to them. You wonder what's happening, I'm flipping new syllables, acronyms. I guess I'm practicing, you fuckers are fucking embarrassing. You ain't gonna be happy when I'm on top and I'm gonna be popping, or you gonna be dropping like birds dropping all on your conscience. All you niggas are watching, I'm spitting, slapping all on your coffin. I repeat, you lost and you fucking sleep in your pillow talking and you dream all day, that's per year. All your whole niggas in your purse here. I'm your favorite rapper's worst fear. Raised in the mud crying dirt tears. Just a bunch of kids in a high chair. Couldn't get a buzz even if you had light year. Wouldn't get no love even if your heart's right here. Niggas got guns, don't nobody wanna fight fair, no. Hit him with the Ric Flair and a suplex. I ain't never been scared, bitch, you're ruthless. Raised by the ghetto, know some gangs that'll get 'em, split 'em right down the middle like a fucking duplex. Breaking nigga toes, make 'em do the two-step. Crib full of hoes, now I feel like you have. Got a bad stripper bitch, all we do is have sex. And she loves sucking dick, so I call her loose neck. Making a panic with my shit and I'm flipping the banisters. I'm ready to handle and dismantle and crushing and vanishing. I hit him and slam him in the walls and I got him enchanted in my fucking hands. And I'm holding hammers, banging and slamming, killing him in the ambulance. They're dying, they bleeding, they trembling. I'm really sick and I got him stiff as a fucking mannequin. I paint a picture, Picasso vision all on my ceiling fin. I got him swinging, they on my dick and grabbing my pants again. I own a dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. I ain't Spanish, but I know the lingo. Atlantic told me that my flow 100, but my album ain't coming unless I got a fucking single. Well, I don't give a fuck about no hit record. I'ma just remix y'all shit and get big off it. I'ma just murder every motherfucking beat while I'm dreaming, get paid in my motherfucking sleep. Goddamn. Gucci gang, Louis gang, Fendi gang, Dolce gang, Sachi gang, Prada gang, lot of gangs. I don't really fuck with no brand names. Join about to go on a rampage. Ooh, they don't wanna see me let the chopper bang. Whoa, get this bitch jumping like Shabba Rank. Yeah, what's a little pump to a rocket flame? Woo, Gucci gang, Fendi gang, Prada gang. Yeah, all you new rappers don't talk about shit except doing drugs. Wonder how you got a name, huh? Sipping lean, take an E, Percocet, purple drink, Xanax, everything sound the same. Fuck, bunch of drug addicts in the house of pain, and all you niggas suffer till you pop a vein, huh? Gucci gang, Fendi gang, Prada gang. Woo, I don't really fuck with no brand names. Yeah. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm ready to flip and end up in prison the rest of my life for this shit. So my mama ain't want me, she got in the bush and I end up surviving this shit. And if I want a son, I ain't got the money, I'll probably be robbing this shit. Don't know how much I cry for this shit. Said I'm willing to ride for this shit. You know murder's my hobby, inside of my closet's a bunch of dead bodies and shit. Niggas say that I'm cursed, cause I go to church and stare at the Bible and shit. Shorty say I'm the worst, cause I do my dirt and I don't be hiding this shit. Bitch, I'm a savage, I spit at you bastards, I wonder what you gonna do to me, oh. I need to hear some more rapping, I'm just not impressed by your cash and your jewelry, oh. All you my soldiers and I'm a lieutenant, goddammit, you should be saluting me, ho. I hope you know I ain't going nowhere, all you rappers just better get used to me, ho. Nigga, I must have blew on my G's, bought me a Jeep, cause I wasn't riding as much. My bank account looking weak, don't look at me, I ain't got time for no fun. Starting to feel like Tyrese, I'm about to trip and maybe start crying or something. I might just hit up the Smiths, throw me a fit, wait for my wire to come. Ain't nobody ever show me love when I was coming up, I had to double up and tell these niggas buckle up before they ride. And they don't really wanna knuckle up, I hit them with the uppercut, I had these motherfuckers running for their lives. Unidentified craft when I'm flying past, I'm an alien standing, and if you look up in the sky, blow your mind back, push your eyes back to your iPad, I'm an Iraqi and suicide when the bombs are loaded and your mind exploded in the wind. And you gon' sit down, repent. I was raised in a sword. Me and the it clown are friends. Red balloons for your kids. Stick my tooth in your bitch. I lost too many friends. I don't do good with kids. What you know about riding dirty in the evening? What you know about ramen noodles in a pack of Sasson seasoning? What you know about leaving the oven door open when there's no heat again? And the rent is due and your landlord trying to throw you out on the streets again. Nigga, I was always dreaming of a building in a fucking Lamborghini. Wanna win, I'm gonna finally get a break. If I didn't get away before, I guarantee that if I talk to God, then I can say I got it when I pray. She don't really want me to get petty, turn the dime into a penny, but you know I got a lot of shit to say. I got some water in the Henny.
CFL Super Bowl Wednesday, boy.
Hey, aye.
Dolphins and Lions tonight. familiar matchup of users with Crazy D and Cody, who played last cycle in the Super Bowl a couple of times, with Cody coming out convincingly.
Was it a couple? I thought it was just the one time. I thought it was only one game.
We had, you might be right, it was Super Bowl XXI, the blowout, 44-21, Lions over Steelers. You are correct. Then we had Fiddleton beating Cody. Then we had Bat over Speak. And then we had Cody over me with the goal line stand in the last seconds.
And then the first one of last year would have been Morgan over Currency.
Yes. Going back to last season, CFL Super Bowl XX was won by the Patriots over the Cowboys in a thriller, 33-31. Hoping for a repeat of the excitement tonight. So hopefully Crazy got a little nap in.
I hope he did. He was talking about taking a nap or possibly just doing a 5-hour energy. Either way, he needed something.
We had, in this matchup that we have tonight, we've had the Dolphins, who got in barely as a wild card team at 10-5-1. That comeback tie against the Patriots paid dividends in their quest for a playoff spot. And since then, they've just been blowing the doors off of teams, beating Denver 27-6 on the road to actually that was that game that came down to a last second field goal. I'm sorry. So they got through that last second field goal with the game that disconnected to win that one, and then in the divisional round they handled the Browns and then handled the Colts again in the conference championship game. They seem to have gotten things rolling in the right time of the season, channeling their New York Giants. And then the Lions, who had the bye, won a game with the final score that was closer than it really was, 30-23 over Tampa Bay. And then they handled Seattle last night, 48-23.
Lions are certainly on a roll, but as you said, the Dolphins are coming in hot with their last two playoff games. I hope this is as good of a playoff or Super Bowl matchup, I should say, as the recent games make it out to be. What do you think are some keys to the game for tonight?
Well, I think it's down in the trenches in this game. The Dolphins have been playing well along the line of scrimmage offensively, but we know their personnel is not really up to par. So I'm looking at Ansah, Ledbetter, the nose tackle, Ashawn Robinson, the D tackle, getting busy in there. I think that's the key matchup, is if the Lions front can handle an inferior Dolphins O-line and really make it difficult for Tannehill, Ajayi, and Williams to get going. Or Drake as well. So
a couple things that our CFL reporter, Zach Johnson, reported on prior to the game as his keys to the game, where he expected that the Lions should be ready for quite a few Jay Ajayi checkdown passes, and that, I think, would fit in well if the defensive line of the Lions really starts to dominate the offensive line. But one of his other ideas was that the Lions may want to bring some pressure to put on the Dolphins. What do you think about that? Do you think they need to do that, or can they just rely on their four-man front, maybe at least to start the game?
I would think at the start of the game they'll be dropping plenty into coverage. You got that big matchup, Darius Slay and the Juice Man. He's been getting loose in the playoffs here, as well as Stills over the top had a couple big plays against the Colts. And then you look at Matt Stafford. He struggled with throwing interceptions throughout the season, but he really cleaned up his game in the conference championship against the Seahawks, and he's only thrown the one interception against Tampa Bay right in the beginning of the game. Since then, he's thrown 4 touchdowns to no picks. He's been taking care of the ball in the playoffs, and that is critical for this offense that likes to have a nice balance between Abdullah running it and Stafford throwing it.
I really am looking forward to seeing what Stafford can do with his receivers tonight. I think it's going to be difficult for Eric Ebron to really get involved in the middle of the field. So I think you're going to have to see the Golden Tate and Marvin Jones combination work outside the hash marks in order for the Lions to have any success moving the ball down the field.
So do we think Ndamukong Suh can come up big in his Super Bowl appearance here against his old team?
Against his old team, I think he will. I don't know. The interior of that Lions offensive line is very, very good. It's outstanding. Actually, the entire line. It's a top 3-4 line in the league. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Lions offensive line manhandle Suh and his teammates, but I do know that the Dolphins get creative sometimes, and they are prone to bring some zone blitzes. So who knows?
To bring some pressure. Raekwon McMillan up the middle. They're going to have to bring some kind of pressure because really the only impact player they have in that front seven is Suh. The only guy who can make somebody work. You got William Hayes, who's, I mean, he's still decently productive. He's a good run stopper, but they don't really have anybody that's going to put a scare into this, into most O-lines, especially this Lions O-line.
Right, and Anthony,
we are ready to get going here with the kickoff for CFL Super Bowl 21.
And I think Anthony Barr is going to be a X factor in pass coverage, but not necessarily getting after the quarterback. So I would keep an eye on him. It should, but I do think they could be looking back, regretting the fact that they don't have Cameron Wake to win those one-on-one battles on the left side with Taylor Decker. This game.
Had a pretty wild pick in the previous game as well.
Not just a pick, but I believe the return to make it a pick six.
Indeed. You are correct, sir.
So, as we get ready for kickoff, as the game loads up, what are your predictions?
I've got to stick with Lions. I don't know if Crazy's going to be able to get over what he experienced last time in the Super Bowl. We'll see.
What's your score prediction?
I'll go Lions 30 and Dolphins, we'll give them 17. And I think the Dolphins might put up the first score of the game.
I'm going to say Lions win this ball game 31-24, but I think it's going to be a great ball game tonight. I do think that Crazy will rebound and get some revenge for last season's blowout, but I don't think it'll be enough in the end.
Look at those numbers there with the turnover differential. The Dolphins have been dynamite this year.
They've been forcing a lot of great turnovers, and that's going to be key tonight. We know that the Lions are not very prone to turnovers for the most part, but if you can catch them, that could be a huge difference maker in this ballgame.
And the Lions will start out with the football here for Super Bowl 21. And they will just take the knee. The aforementioned Matt Stafford will lead this Lions offense onto the field. The 30-year-old has had a pretty productive year, as I said before, struggling with the turnovers. With the 4 touchdowns and 1 pick here in the playoffs, it brings him up to 27 touchdowns to 28 interceptions on the season. As they will come out and single back with Amir Abdullah in the backfield, as you would expect, to calm the nerves, possibly giving him the ball right away up the middle. And they will give it inside. Great impact block on the outside, and there goes Abdullah into space.
He's gone.
30 to the 20 to the 10, and oh my goodness, what a way for the Lions to start it out against these Dolphins. Some great blocking on the perimeter. Abdullah making the one man missed his tackle as he sheds that tackle.
And what did we say before the game? Who's going to win the battle in the trenches?
Yeah, they just
wiped out.
Running away from Suh, taking it to the outside. As Prater, this one could be blocked, and it is missed there by the triggered kick block. And just like that, 11 seconds in, and the Lions are up 7-0. Now what can Ryan Tannehill do to just calm things down as Jakeem Grant?
Tannehill cannot come out and press matters right here. He's got to follow the game plan.
Tons of football left. Tons and tons of football left.
Right. As we said before the game, we got to see Tannehill come out, be patient, take what this defense gives you because you know this is one of the best defenses in the league.
Tannehill coming off of a great season here after that injury that kept him out of last year. 28 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, as he will drop back in the 7-step drop, looking for something. There's nothing there. Plenty of room to scramble, and he will awkwardly slide out across the 40-yard line.
I'm not quite sure who that was. I think that Jarvis Landry or Devontae Parker. He had one of those guys maybe on the deep vertical on the inside.
That would have been Jarvis.
Yeah, I believe that was Jarvis on the deep inside vertical. But I can't blame him for not taking the chance there. He picked up the nice 18 yards there for Dolphins first down.
Tannehill again with a too tight look, going to try and stretch it out themselves out here to Ajayi running into his blocker. Juking in the open field, and he's gone. Jay Ajayi houses it. And just like that, it's 7-7, and we've got a couple teams getting stretched out defensively.
We're starting back over a minute into the game. We're back to a tie ball game with a kickoff.
And Jay has been a terror these first 3 seasons of his career, running behind a really, really mediocre offensive line. That put him over 1,300 yards on the season, and that'll raise that 5.5 yard per carry clip. That is his 15th touchdown rushing on the year. His 17th total, as the Lions will take this one out. Got a little seam, take it out to the 25. And how's that for excitement?
That's a huge play for the Dolphins. Ajayi, as you said, running behind a mediocre offensive line, but boy, did he ever show some patience there, waiting for the last offensive lineman to kick out the linebacker, and then made the one safety miss, and he was off to the races. Well, this is one of the most exciting starts to a Super Bowl in a long, long time, I must say, for the CFL.
And the interesting thing is, it's more of a feeling out process. They're just busting that big play on the run.
Right.
And they are going to spread things out. Stafford with drop back with a quick pass, a nice little hit.
That's a good throw.
To Golden Tate, as he will celebrate that first down. Way to get the ball out. They did have a man coming free up the middle.
Good read on the 3 deep zone blitz. It was a good read by Stafford and the Lions. Coming out in trips here. So it'll be interesting to see how the Dolphins play this.
Dolphins were showing blitz. They back coverage way out.
Whoa, that safety is so far off.
Stafford going to move left and tuck it and run to the sideline as he picked up a little bit of a chip from Abdullah, just enough to get out of bounds safely to pick up 3.
I'm surprised he didn't take the underneath hitch on the right side. That would have been able to pick up a nice 7-8 yards very easily.
This Dolphins young secondary, nothing to shake your head at, with Byron Maxwell, the vet, playing well, and Xavier Howard and Cordrea Tankersley have been great.
Don't forget Rashad Jones at safety.
Yep.
This is a very elite playmaking.
And there he is, making the first play of the game. And Ndamukong Suh, as he shut that one down. It looked like there might have been something there, but he made a great move inside. And it brings up a 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, not something you want to really necessarily be in against what we just mentioned, this secondary.
This is a very difficult situation for the Lions here. And as you had mentioned earlier, Stafford has had his interception woes early on in the season. And that's what he's got to be careful of here. Cannot afford a turnover and give the Dolphins nice field position in a tie ball game this early.
The team does have some nice speed at the linebacker position as well, with Raekwon McMillan and Anthony Barr in coverage.
That's right.
Stafford will swing this one out to Theo Riddick. He will be dropped. And there is a man shaken up on the play. Not sure who it was.
Couldn't tell. Could be Raekwon or
don't
Riddick.
Think it was them. Stafford's down on the ground.
Ooh, that would not be good.
And the Lions will look to pin him deep here.
you gotta hope that Stafford, if that was Stafford, that it's just a minor injury, he can get back in this game right away.
And that punt is
That'd be a
inside the
blow.
5, fielded by Jakeem Grant, the speedster with a nice juke. And he's blown up, and it's picked up by DJ Hayden. He couldn't get his footing, but he gets the ball at the 15, call it the 16-yard line, as Jakeem Grant might have just tried to do a little bit too much there and make a big play himself, and he paid the price.
That's a huge hit there. I'm not quite sure who made the hit, but as you said, DJ Hayden with the big fumble recovery, setting the Lions up in perfect field position here.
Let's see if they try and take a shot down the field. A nice 5-step drop for Stafford, looking for
If he wants
something,
to
throwing
post.
over the middle, and it's Galladay into the end zone. He just got in. And Ndamukong Suh in other news with the ACL sprain. Don't think he can tough that one out and come back in the game, and that really depletes the middle of that defense, as it's now going to be up to Devon Godchow to come in and play alongside Jordan Phillips. We might
That's
see
a rough injury.
little.
You're going to have to see
William
more
Hayes move
aggressive.
inside, or Alan Branch move inside at defensive tackle as well.
Yeah,
Try
I could
and
see.
spell that.
I could see Alan Branch. I could see either of them. You're right. Moving inside, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
And gutsy Grant is going to take this one out. Takes a little bit of a hit at the 25. Let's call it the 27. And that is where Miami will pick things up. Nice job there by Stafford to work to find Galladay. And Galladay has just been a gem of a draft pick for this organization, as they are now loaded up at the receiver position between him, Marvin Jones Jr., Golden Tate. They also picked up
And
Brian
TJ
Quick. And
they still have TJ Jones, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, this is a great receiving core, and I mean, this is a great team all around. Let's just say that.
Stretching
There's
it
a lot
again
of
to
running
the
room
right.
to the right.
Jay Ajayi cut it back up inside. Ledbetter there to make the play along with Ziggy Ansah.
Not quite sure what Ajayi was looking at for that run. I thought he had a nice little seal along the outside. I thought that if he'd have just kept moving out there, that I don't know if that was Julius Thomas. I think that was. Had a good seal on the end, but picked up one. Tannehill is set to go here for a 2nd and 9. Looking to answer on this after the turnover on the previous drive.
Play action, looking for a shot play. He had it there, but there he is. Reeves Maben coming in on the blitz as his man stayed in the backfield to block.
That's only his 4th sack on the year, but as we mentioned before, this Lions depth
Young
just
talent.
it just goes all over the place on this team,
He
and
has
proves right there.
he has spent a lot of time with Tahir Whitehead, as the Dolphins just apt to punt this one away on a 4th and long there. Don't want to make another terrible turnover, and they will look to pin this one deep.
This is obviously a huge chance right here for the Lions to take huge control of this ball game if they can put a touchdown on the board right
Dwayne
here.
Washington out of Washington is just going to step out
Just
of
steps out of
bounds. He
bounds.
learned from Jakeem's mistake, I guess, and just skirted right out of bounds.
He didn't want to get in the same doghouse that Jakeem Grant's probably sitting in right about now.
Yeah, you look at that Lions defense with Reeves Maben in the linebacking core, Paul Werlow on a new contract, and then Jared Davis out of Florida, their draft pick from 2 years ago. Just talent all over the field on both sides of the ball. As again, they send a man in motion, this time going play action out of that look. Looking for something towards the sideline, and he did get Ebron there as he kind of got tangled up with his own man running a post. And a nice pickup of 18 yards there. This offensive line is just going to give him plenty of time now, especially with Sue out, as Taylor Decker, Ben Tate, the Pro Bowl rookie at left guard, already one of the best in the game, Travis Swanson, TJ Lang, and Rick Wagner rounding out that bunch.
That is a very sick wealth of offensive linemen right there.
And mainly young as well, outside of Lang, who's only 30 years old.
He's, what, 30?
And a nice quick hitter over the middle. as he finds Roberts. And that may move the chains again.
It does.
And it will. Michael Roberts out of Toledo.
He's a Toledo. He's a rocket, huh?
We've seen him in motion on a couple of looks early on in this game, as again they come out too tight. Out of the shotgun though is Abdullah, joins Stafford in the backfield, and they will give it inside of him. Some pretty decent blocking there as he gets forward for a couple yards.
I like the play call there by Detroit. Got to get back to the run, stay with the run game, because it's obviously shown a couple times that it's been able to hit big. So with Sue out of this ball game, it's going to be a huge opportunity for them to just keep pounding the rock away.
Now, if you're Coach Caldwell and Kodiak in this situation, are you playing for this touchdown, or are you content that you're in field goal range?
No.
As they will run it again. And he gets outside, and Raekwon McMillan, I believe, is there to make the play. Nice open field tackle, saving a touchdown, as that is Harris, I'm sorry.
As you were alluding to, you don't want to be overly aggressive and, throw anything into a crowd where it could be a turnover. But at the same time, I'm not going super conservative and calling 3 straight runs here. They've set themselves up, though, in a nice 3rd and 5. Very reasonable to pick this up. So I'd look for Stafford to take some sort of a short to medium look with a deep ball behind it, just in case.
We'll go offset eye here, and he will drop back in a 5-step drop. Looking, he's evading the pressure from William Hayes and just threw it away. Smartly done there.
That was great man coverage right there by the Dolphins secondary. They covered both hooks on both sides of the field very well as the seam up the middle of the field.
As Hayes just whooped Decker there and got in for that pressure. And now we will see if Prater can tack this one on and make it a 10-point game, as there was almost a block earlier on the first extra point of the game.
There shouldn't be any block opportunity here. Nope.
Right down the middle, and Detroit on top 17-7. Still plenty of time left in the first quarter.
Lots of time left in the first quarter. I hope people bet the over in this ball game tonight, boys.
Kenyon Drake finding a seam. He'll get that out to the 31-yard line. And that is where Tannehill will start out on this drive. Do you think they need to open things up in the passing game now? They've tried a lot of power running style sets. And you've got Landry, Parker Stills, Carew, Jakeem Grant, Julius Thomas. You've got Devin Kajusti.
Kajuste
has been tearing it up, making big plays with that athleticism. As they come out again with too tight. Single back look.
Let's see how this play runs. But I do think that this is an opportunity for them to,
load it up in the box here.
Exactly.
Man in motion. It is a toss outside, and just too many men there.
85. Who's 85? Is that
that's Julius, I believe. Nope, that's not
that Julius.
That's JT Ayers, a rookie.
He just decided
to
ignore his blocking responsibilities there. That's unfortunate. I thought that was a good look with the way they were stacking the box.
That's a pretty damn good tight end. Holy shit. Superstar Dev, 85
yeah, he's
overall.
A superstar. Yeah.
And now 2nd and 13, not where you want to be, as Jared Davis backs out of that blitz look, carrying the seam. The under is open. Kenny Stills with a nice diving catch. Tannehill might be getting a little bit of a happy feet back there now.
If you're the Lions right here, do you bring some pressure? I mean, if you can get them off the field right here and turn around and put up another touchdown, you're up 24-7. I'd look to bring some pressure.
See a zone blitz.
Get out of this 3rd down right now.
With the explosiveness, I'd be kind of scared off of bringing a zero coverage, but I would probably bring a zone blitz. But they're dropping coverage way off of this trip look.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing coverage here.
He throws the crosser. He might have had one up the seam.
He's short.
As that is Parker making that catch, I believe he had him up that seam from the left side of the formation.
The corner played the flat. He came up, and Tannehill just misread or threw it right as he was making his break.
And while we've had so much action, it seems like we're later in the game than we are. This still is a big moment in the game with the Lions getting the ball back in a 17-7 game where Miami hasn't really slowed them up yet on their couple of possessions where they've had to drive the field.
I want to see right here. I think Stafford's going to – this is going to be one of Detroit loves to go on these 12-play drives where they just frustrate, everything that the defense has. They just take the will right out of them with a 12-play drive. I think that you could see that right here.
Stafford's going to go play action, rolling against the grain. Just got it off to his fullback McCaffrey, spinning, and shedding Xavier Howard's tackle and another injury. It might be in the backfield. It could be another
Stafford?
blitzer or Stafford, who just
Nope,
barely.
Stafford's good. Stafford is good.
You are correct there on the play art. He just barely got that ball off, almost a safety, and I'm not sure. It could be William Hayes coming off that edge. It could be Cordrea Tankersley, if that was the slot corner blitzing there.
The worst thing for the Dolphins would be an injury to William Hayes. They just can't afford that right now. This offensive line wants to maul some people on this play.
When an eye look, they're going to try and spread it out with Roberts in motion, and the linebacker shifting away from the run, but Theo Riddick stood up right at the line of gain. And it was Zach Curran, another one of those rookie linebackers for the Dolphins, who was injured on that play. I believe he's second or third string to Barr, who I really haven't noticed yet in this game. So a lot of substituting going on as Najee Harris with that last tackle has made a couple nice plays. Just a young speedster, not much more to him other than that.
Right.
Dolphins seem to be rotating personnel. They show a
Lions are going heavy here.
And easy peasy up the middle.
Oh, no. Yeah. Wow.
A gentleman's move there as Anthony Barr just did not seem to care that Amir Abdullah was running right up into him.
Wow. Yes, as you said, that's a very typical play that a lot of people would do here in the CFL. Seeing that, you just realize that Barr should have been making that tackle. I think Stafford wants to take a shot right here.
Looking for the shot. He's got it wide open. And there goes MJ Jr. Marvin Jones is taking it to the house. And shows it on Xavier Howard. As the Dolphins brought the zero blitz, got lulled to sleep with the running game, and then they just take the big shot over the top.
I can't believe that looked like a zero blitz out of a 4-3 against a 3-wide look that the Lions brought. Wow.
I've noticed a handful of 4-3 looks, base looks from the Dolphins against 3-wide tonight, and Detroit taking full advantage there.
Yes, they did.
Finds a little pocket to bring that one out to the 30, and this is almost turning into do-or-die time, considering the caliber of user the Dolphins are going against. And they've got to put something together. They've got to at least get multiple minutes off of this clock and pin them deep with a punt. Worst-case scenario here.
You cannot afford to go down. I know it's down 17 points right now, but if they can put some points on the board this drive, it's not 17 points anymore. But if you don't put any points on the board here, you're in some big trouble against Cody.
Again, they're going to try and stretch it out to the right, hopping through the tackle and being brought down after about a 4-yard gain is Jay Ajayi.
That Glover Quinn on the tackle, I believe. No, Aloka, I'm sorry. George Aloka making a nice tackle from the safety position there.
From Victory Cigars in his short tenure.
That's right. Aloka did a nice job there wrapping up Ajayi, who's made many a defender miss this entire season. Ajayi has been one of the most elusive backs, particularly in the AFC, but probably in the entire league. Lions chasing back. Looks like they may be playing man with the way they're...
5-7 drop got the drag. There is his main man of this playoff run.
Could you stay?
It is out of Stanford, the big tight end with the 89 speed and 92 acceleration. He has gotten loose on a lot of long touchdown strikes.
Look for him to use him also out of the backfield as a fullback. That we've seen a number of plays of that on tape as well. They like to really diversify, get these athletes into space. You'll see Jakeem Grant come in on some quick jet sweeps as well.
And at the end of one, 24-7. Did we see that one coming?
No, I did not see this big of a score coming. I think that the forced fumble on the punt by Jakeem Grant, that was probably the momentum swinger for the entire quarter.
Some pressure up the middle off the play action, and they get there. Good man coverage all around the field as Ledbetter comes through untouched, as they really overloaded it there. And the coverage was pretty much spot on those verticals and the post. He was right on the inside hip technique on that post. Well done there, well dialed up from the defense.
It just goes to show you that the Lions are a very diverse defensive team. They can sit back and, just let you try to beat them with zone, but they can also get out there and pressure you with the best in the league.
Tannehill just have to take a bunch of checkdowns right now on these crossing routes, and they're just not there.
No, they're
that
not.
One's broken up by Wilson. Very nicely done.
I'm not quite sure if I'm going to watch a little bit more closely in the pocket, but I'm not quite sure if Tannehill's getting happy feet back there, throwing the ball quickly, or if
he did get happy,
or if he's actually getting some real pressure on him.
And now 3rd and 19, just a miserable spot to be for the Dolphins. Tannehill does nicely to get away, and there he is again, Kajusti. Big strike. Big match.
But you know what? Tannehill did a great job there. Tannehill did a nice job of working the pocket and hitting the seam against the cover 2 zone. That was a perfect play by Tannehill and the Dolphins.
He did slide left nicely, step up right into that throw over the top. And Devin is getting loose here, his go-to target still in this playoff run. Let's see if they can maybe try and find Jarvis or Parker on a post route. As they go play action. Nope, they're handing it into Ajayi, who's brought down after about 3, maybe 4 yards. And
who was that? That was
Hill, Sammy Hill, I believe.
No, it's Jordan Hill.
Jordan Hill,
Yep, Jordan Hill. Nice play from his interior line spot. Getting over and tackling Ajayi just to keep him to a 3-yard gain. Dolphins, as we said to start this drive, had to put some points on the board.
And they're into easy field goal range for Jordan Gay's leg. It's a matter of the accuracy with that strong leg he has as they stretch it out. Left side again. Damian Williams is gone to the house as he steps over a few defenders and takes it the distance, as we've seen all 3 backs from the Dolphins so far tonight, and they look to make it a 10-point game early in the second quarter. Stretches seem to be the go-to move in the running game for the Dolphins here, getting out to the edges.
Well, they got out, and they got outside of the pressure that the Lions were bringing on the interior part of the defense there. So that worked out very well for them, and we have ourselves a 10-point ball game here.
There's Washington out of Washington, just to the 19-yard line, a nice hit, and let's see if the Dolphins defense can get fired up from that one.
Dolphins need a stop here, or at least hold them to a field goal. And I think they really have to. They got to be able to take away the run without bringing so much pressure to put their defense or secondary in vulnerable situations like they hit on last time.
Stafford with 3 wide, and Ebron flexed out wide. He's checking to something here. Might be wise to run the ball. with this look as Marvin Jones Jr. will go in motion,
would
showing away that it is a zone play from the Dolphins. And he has plenty of room up the middle, but a nice shed inside as a couple of men got there. And again, I believe that was Najee Harris making a play up the middle. That young linebacker's been putting in a lot of time. Haven't really seen Raekwon McMillan very much tonight in that middle linebacker spot.
You're right, that was Najee Harris. We have seen him a number of times this game. Dolphins showing off coverage here.
Wheel routes and he hits Abdullah, who gets out of bounds, picking up the first down, and it's just easy right now for this Lions offense.
Lions are doing a great job of deciphering man zone and just hitting quick passes against the zones right now.
Picking apart this three-man rush with the drop zone defense thus far, as he's got blockers out in front, but Wagner didn't peel back and pick one of those up, and we had an injury. It may have been Abdullah, or
that could have been Abdullah,
somebody making the tackle there. Got quite a few injuries here in Minnesota tonight. And why are we in Minnesota tonight is the better question.
We're back in Minnesota again. Must be there all year.
Got the quick out to Abdullah. He's got him. He's got him. Checks it down.
He still has
plenty of time. Big hit from Tankersley as he holds on. It was Theo Riddick making that play. It's nice to have players like that, as again the Dolphins just not bringing any pressure. They're going to need to do something with some pressure without Sue in the ball game anymore.
And this Lions offensive line should be able to hold up all night long against just a three-man pass rush.
Easy. Third and 2, Stafford dropping back. And he finds this man over the middle, Golden Tate. Way to get the ball out as that delayed linebacker blitz was coming through. And again, the Lions just seem to be converting at will against the zone defense.
This seems like pretty easy pickings right now for Matt Stafford, as you've been talking about. So we shall see if the Dolphins make any adjustments as this game goes on, whether they bring some zone blitz pressure or start to play a little bit more man with some pressure behind it.
I'm not too sure that we've called Kiko Alonso's name yet tonight.
No, we have not.
Jordan Phillips shedding that and blowing that play up, and William Hayes finishing it off for a 2-yard loss. Big negative play there for the Dolphins defense.
You're right, that's a big play, and setting the Dolphins up here in a nice 12-yard to-go situation. If they can they can't give up another first down, I don't believe. If they do, this is going to be a field goal for the Lions, and we're back up to a 13-point ball game.
2nd and 12, they're going to go 3-4 wide on this one.
4 wide. Dolphins showing a press look out here.
Yep.
They
got the screen off. Good blocking ahead of TJ Jones as he shoestring tackled from behind by Byron Maxwell. A saver right there. Good disguise from the Dolphins defense, but well picked up by the Lions. While
they were showing press, they still dropped out of that press look, though, which is what allowed TJ Jones to be able to pick up a nice little 10-yard gain there.
Matt Stafford
to get to a very nice 3rd and 2.
Stafford is on fire. He must have recognized that it wasn't man coverage. The disguise did not work, and outstanding blocking on the perimeter there as he sends a man in motion on 3rd and 2. Faking the inside handoff, getting it outside of the edge. William Hayes just not enough speed anymore at age 33.
No, he's not.
And Abdullah eking that one out. And this one is that painful drive you were talking about earlier from the Lions.
It's a patented drive for Detroit. We could see another 3 first downs potentially before this is over.
And a pump fake, and he drops back. William Hayes gets in there for the sack. That's actually Anthony Barr off the edge on that outside linebacker blitz.
Anthony Barr using his
55.
speed there to get around the edge. Doesn't have great pass rush moves, or great technique, I should say, but he sure does have the athleticism that if he can get the angle, as he did there on Taylor Decker, he can get home free.
I believe this might be the 12th play or 11th play of this drive here. 2nd and 17. They look to flood something here against this zone defense. They do. Brian Quick over the middle, laying on bodies and gets it down to the 29. Again, in a just comfortable field position for Matt Prater here. Don't need to do anything too risky. But this might be a situation where the Dolphins decide to finally bring some pressure. Something the Lions took advantage of last time.
We got a tight 3 wide set here.
Well covered over the middle. It's picked off. Anthony Barr making plays on this drive as he just lurked in the middle of the field. And it looked like if Stafford held the ball, he had that crosser from Ebron coming open.
Yes, I think he would have had the crosser open, but I think Anthony Barr got lost in the shuffle of the offensive line there, it looked like.
Yeah, if he just showed a little bit more patience, he had plenty of time still in that pocket. That crosser crossing the face of Barr and that player that he tried to float it up to.
I believe that was
a huge gainer.
Thomas.
The 3rd tight end on the field.
Roberts. It was Roberts, I bet.
It was Clowney. It was Bram Clowney, the rookie out of Auburn.
Okay.
And now in the I form again are the Dolphins. See if they're looking to stretch it out again as it's overloaded. They will run it the other way. And Ajayi's got a little seam. And he's brought down by Paul Warlow. He of the fresh 5-year contract, playing himself into a starter's role in Detroit.
Well, now turnovers are even, 1-on-1, or 1-to-1, I should say. And both of them likely, that was in scoring position for Detroit, so Miami definitely saved themselves a couple of points with that at least. Lions are loading the box up again here.
10 and 9 in the box, and the run outside, he ekes out, bouncing off tacklers, and Darius Slay brings him down. It looked like a definite 2-yard loss, but Ajayi, known for making it work, picking up the yardage against that high pressure. He just bounced off of Ledbetter's would-be tackle along with, I think it might have been Warlow, one of the linebackers getting in there.
This could be a very big turn of events here. With the Dolphins down 10, they have the ball here as we approach halftime, and they do get the ball to start the second half.
Lions showing pressure from the safeties coming up into the box. Again, another power look. Play action. Taking the shot deep. He's got the speed. It's Jarvis Landry over the top. As the blitz did not get there, they fell for the play action. The safety just started following the fullback instead of taking care of his responsibility. And Ryan Tannehill throwing a strike over the top as that speed of Landry.
That's a great throw.
Slay.
Dolphins offensive line did a great job there of picking up a 6-man blitz and giving Tannehill plenty of time to set his feet and throw a dot down the field.
So like you said, instead of at the least a 27-14 game, we have a 24-21 game. Dolphins on the comeback trail.
Yeah, and if they can get a stop here, as I said, they get the ball at halftime, after halftime, but they could easily make this a 2-possession ball game if they get a stop here.
Good job from Crazy and the Dolphins not to panic after what looked like a horrific start and a here we go again type of start. As Abdul will stretch this one out left. Nice seam, nice blocking, brought down by Xavier Howard, but he got 6.
That's a good play for the Lions here. Lions are going to, I'm going to assume, they're going to try to do a couple things here, pick up a couple first downs, try to milk the clock down so that they can have the final possession of the half one way or the other.
Stafford with the 5-step drop looking Looking. He's got running room over the middle, plenty of it. He could have outran Jordan
That's a good
Phillips,
run,
but
though.
he did not want to risk anything, feeling that pressure from behind, just picking up the first down, keep the chains moving.
Cannot blame Stafford there. We saw last night that Russell Wilson had a couple fumbles in the NFC Championship game that may have sealed the victory for the Lions.
Well picked up again by the Lions. Stafford just got to throw this one away as they drop coverage again.
It's a good decision there by Stafford. Didn't have much available. Lions are looking to pass. I'm not sure if they are thinking about running the ball right now.
Stafford going 4 wide. With Roberts checking into the ball game. Going to flex him here.
I think you're going to see
coverage. Looking for that slant. He's hit while he throws it. Nice pressure, way to push him right back into the face of the quarterback as he was waiting for that slant to come open. And now, 3rd and long, and the momentum hanging in the balance as the Dolphins look to maybe tie or take the lead to end the half. And they also would get the football to start the second half. This would be massive, even just to get out to the second half with this as the score.
Yeah, if they can get down, if they're just down 3 at halftime, I mean, considering where we were at, that would be huge. But taking the lead would be a whole other story. They're looking to drop coverage.
Throw that one over into coverage. Well covered right there by the linebacker.
And the Dolphins did decide to bring some pressure there. Showing a 3-man front, but they brought the double Mike blitz crossing each other at the middle.
That was Raekwon McMillan breaking that pass up as Jakeem Grant getting into space again with a juke. He's brought down by Killebrew, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Huge drive, biggest drive of the game coming up for both sides.
What do you think? What do you see the Dolphins doing here? Are they going to come out, try and milk a little clock to start this, or are they just going to come out in their 2-minute offense right away?
I might be worried that Tannehill might be feeling a little overconfident here and force something that isn't really there with this comeback going and the big strike he had last possession. As they hand it inside, Damian Williams has become a force after that touchdown run as he bounces off a tackler and picks up 5. Nice way to start this one out. All 3 timeouts in the pocket.
Yeah, you have to like that. Anytime you can start a drive with a nice 4 to 5 yard pickup and get that clock moving, it gives you the ability to manage the clock on your own the rest of the way.
And they're going to hand it the other way to Ajayi, who's blown up in the backfield there.
You can see the Lions are not confident in this 3rd down stop, so they're going to let the clock continue to run as well.
And that was a huge hit by Jared Davis, who is coming into his own in just his 2nd year in the league as one of those new generation, new era, super athletic middle linebackers in the CFL.
Yes, he is. With those types of guys in there, it just makes opposing offenses have to consider a whole other realm of depth in zone coverages.
Tannehill spreading this one out.
Whoa.
Going for the quick hitter over the middle. There he is again, Kajusti.
Kajusti he got in there before. I'm not sure who that was on defense. Was that whoever it was?
On that side if it was a linebacker.
Wow.
They hand it inside to Jay Ajayi, spinning, shedding Nevin Lawson's tackle, and he's brought down. And they are into Detroit territory to the 46. Almost a fringe field goal for the kicker. with the 94 kick power. 95 kick power in the dome.
So what do they need here? They need another 7 yards? 5 yards to get into field goal range?
I'd say they'd attempt it from anywhere at the 40-yard line.
Yep.
Taking the handoff. Looking for something over the
That's
top. Can he squeeze it? No. George Iloka eyeing it the whole way, and there was that overconfidence I was alluding to. Iloka,
exactly
surprised
right.
not to see him go down there. And that is huge for the Lions right there, as the Miami did not necessarily need to do that. Tannehill trusting his arm and his eyes there, and his eyes deceived him as he threw it into a triangle of defenders. He might not have seen Iloka lurking on that other side of the hash, but as his man had the other two beat.
You're probably right. He was probably looking from left to right there with the way they were running the post, and probably just missed Iloka on the deep ball.
As we will hit halftime in Minnesota in US Bank Stadium.
Lions are winning
24-21.
24-21. So what are your thoughts on the first half? Is there anything that we need to see change from either? I mean, I feel like this has been lots of swings both ways.
Oh, yeah.
Momentum swings.
It's been a great game so far. Great momentum swings. Hoping we can keep it up here and get us a fourth quarter battle in Super Bowl 21, as we will take a quick break here, myself included.
All right. Well, we see Stafford with 196 and 2 touchdowns here at the break, completing 70% of his passes. And on the other side of the field, we have Ryan Tannehill with 129 and a touchdown. Both quarterbacks have thrown a pick here as we begin second half of play. One thing that I would like to see is, I think both users are going to continue to remain unpredictable on defense, and they've done both have done a very good job of playing man defense so far, and I think that's going to continue, mixing in good man and zone with some blitz. It's going to be a matter of who's going to hit the big play and who's going to put together the big drives. Are we going to see some turnovers the rest of the way? Lots of great drama here as we have 24 minutes of play left to crown another champion in CFL.
Oh, boy. Tannehill hasn't
Looks
really
like-
thrown the ball that much yet.
No, I mean,
Just
he's hit the
around
one
10,
big
12
play.
times.
Yep. Hit the one big play to Jarvis for probably, 2/3 of his yards, I bet.
Right. CFL Prime Time will return for season 22 with the CFL kickoff next Friday, December 29th.
Ooh,
Or
no,
actually,
we're not.
next Thursday, December 28th. I'm sorry. As
You may
the
have to
second
find-
half will start out with Ajayi running up the middle for 4 yards. I apologize. It was a Thursday night CFL kickoff.
You may have to find a replacement for me for that evening. I may not be back from Christmas break, or I don't know yet. We'll see. I will probably be a game time decision for that game.
And the question is now, throwing our predictions aside, after that first half, who you got? Who's going to be playing, as we usually try to get the Super Bowl champ to play in that kickoff game? Who do you think at this juncture is going to be playing in that kickoff game?
I'm still going to go with the Lions. I just feel like they've had I know they've had a couple of big plays that have put them in got them 2 easy touchdowns, but I still like just exactly what we were talking about. When they can go on those 7-8 minute drives and just drain the clock down, I think that'll be key as we hit the latter parts of the third quarter.
Big 3rd and 6 here as they tried to run the ball again on 2nd down and were stuffed right up the middle.
What are your thoughts before, I guess, let's see how this 3rd down plays out, and then we can go to your thoughts.
Have a one look here on trips.
It's interesting. They're really respecting Jarvis's speed.
Strong throw by Tannehill, connecting on that crosser. A long developing route. On the C route, I'm sorry. Or was it the...
It was a C route, yes.
Jarvis Landry. Long developing, nice job to float to the left by Tannehill, and he made a strong throw as he was getting hit there. And they keep the chains moving, and they got all the momentum right now in the world on their side.
They've crossed midfield already.
They get inside the Ajayi, making a move in space and hit from behind by Ashawn Robinson.
I don't think he had to make that move.
Yep, saw the user coming in.
Yeah. I think he had plenty of space to keep running outside, but can't complain about a nice 7-yard pickup. As we said here to end the first half, they're inching into field goal range already.
And circle back. I will stick with the Lions. I don't want to flip on my pick, but it's not looking so promising right now with this huge flip in momentum.
I think we'll see at least one more turnover that the Lions find a way of forcing here.
They go play action and float it out. Warlow and Slay there to make the play, and they do give him the first down to Damian Williams, who's been a major difference maker so far with his 3 or 4 touches in the game.
Yes. I like what Damian Williams brings as a changeup to Ajayi. This Dolphins, the entire offense, as we talked about earlier, they have playmakers throughout the depth charts, not just at the starting level.
Yeah, 5 deep at receiver, 3 or 4 deep at tight end now with Kajusti stepping up. And
Fasano's a great blocker.
3 deep at running back as well.
Watch for a run here, maybe to the right with Fasano in.
They motion a man in. They go play action, looking for something to Parker. He's running for his life, and he's brought down by Mabin and Warlow.
Couldn't find a way to get rid of that. The 4-man rush, and I'm wondering if there was
an exotic look, I believe, there from the Lions. They brought some extra pressures.
So.
With
yes,
those
they did.
Linebackers might have fallen for the play action as well, though.
They could have. So now the Lions have forced the Dolphins into a 2nd and long here as the Dolphins bring out 3 wide. As they probably look to just pick up maybe half of the yards here. Don't try to pick up anything too
Got Ajayi on a look, and there it is over the middle. Kenny Stills with that speed, rolling over Slay. He's about a yard short.
2 yards short, inches short.
And this is where you've got that battle in the trenches. Can this Lions O-line get the push up front they need? As Tahir Whitehead will check into the ball game in place of Mabin. A little bit stouter of a run stopper and tackler. To try and widen out the formation with Parker and Landry.
Lions.
We'll go play action. He's got a man in the flat. Plenty of time over the top, and he's got it. Touchdown.
Touchdown to Julius out of the backfield on the wheel route.
And a big connection from Ryan Tannehill as he picked up just enough chip from that right side pressure.
Yes, that was a great pickup, I believe.
And that was J.T. Ayers over the top, the rookie.
Oh, that wasn't that was Ayers, wasn't it? You're right.
Ayers took over number 85 this year.
Remember how I said earlier that they like to check, could you stay into the fullback spot? Well, they did it there, but they did it with Ayers.
And now Miami is on quite a run a 21-0 run in this ball game. And now, if you're the Lions offensively, are you flustered a little bit as your last possession seems like it was ages ago and you were driving the ball at will and ended up with a turnover?
That's exactly why you can't get flustered, because this has just been a game flow thing. If it wasn't for the game flow, Lions would have had another possession to end the first half and could have easily extended their lead instead of relinquishing the lead. So I will look for Stafford here to remain patient, but you can't afford to go 3 and out and give the Dolphins some nice field position to maybe make this a 2-score game.
Galladay checking into the game.
Definitely his own look.
Quick hitter to Galladay. He dropped the ball as he was lit up there.
Stafford did a great job of reading the zone there and hitting it right in the seam, but
something we saw
Galladay just wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
Do on the other side, but Galladay, who had a great touchdown catch in traffic earlier, just could not hold on through that hit from T.J. McDonald. And now, getting into some interesting territory with a 3rd and long and the threat of going 3 and out.
Man here. They
He's
are
got
a
him
man.
beat over the middle, and he throws a bullet,
Nice read.
and it's Marvin Jones getting loose, and now Detroit wants to go tempo as Ebron is flexed out. Theo Riddick into the ball game.
I'm wondering. Let's see how this was played.
Play action look. Over the middle again, up the seam. Marvin Jones, he cut it back inside of McDonald, who just totally whiffed on the play. And a 56-yard play, and that post has been open up the middle all night in play action.
That was the exact same play that the touchdown was scored on earlier against the exact same, or no, it wasn't against the exact same look, I'm sorry, it was a zero blitz before. But taking advantage of a user-free safety right there and just put it on the dime.
It was the post shots earlier that got him on that slot post to Jones. And now down to the 5-yard line in a tough territory to punch the ball in. Let's see if they lean on that O-line in the running game or maybe try and move Stafford, move the pocket again. Looking for the fullback out of the backfield or Ebron possibly.
As you said, they run the ball.
Is taken down by Jordan. That is Jordan Phillips, I believe, in the backfield. Nope, William Hayes making a play.
That was William Hayes.
I forgot he did not get hurt earlier.
And one thing that is very big to look out for here, the Dolphins typically do a great job of shutting down the middle of the field, which is where you typically like to see here. What I would like to see the Lions do is run a short flood concept or maybe levels concept to make the middle linebacker make a choice. We'll see what they decide to do, though.
They will go trips, possibly looking to flood that middle of the field, as you said. Little edge heat possibly coming. The linebacker, he's picked up. Throw over the middle. Big hit. Ball comes out. Big hit. Raekwon McMillan making that play. Nice blitz pickup on that outside on that corner blitz. Just great play all around there on both sides of the football. Jones just couldn't bring that one in for his second score.
I think he'd have still been short of the end zone. I think he'd have been down at the 1, but that would have been a lot easier for a pickup here.
Stafford out of shotgun here. 5-step drop. He's got the man on that drag. He throws it over the middle. What a catch by Marvin Jones in front of Xavier Howard. Got the feet down. Outstanding work in the pocket from Stafford. And the Lions back on top. Prater looking to make it a field goal game. And he does right down the middle.
Great play by Stafford. That really should have even been an easier pass. But for some reason, I believe that was Marvin, right, that caught the touchdown?
Yes.
Marvin just, instead of running a post and kind of angling it across the back of the end zone, he kind of ran to the end line and stopped.
Jakeem Graham will take that one 8 yards deep, and the Dolphins will come back out at the 25. Let's see if Detroit can find some rhythm again defensively and get another stop that we were accustomed to seeing in the first half. So Miami hasn't been forced to punt in quite a while.
I'd expect the Lions to come out here and try to. I don't know. Part of me wants to think they're going to sit back in coverage, but the other part of me thinks they may bring some pressure here because Tannehill seemed very comfortable the last drive.
He was. Tannehill backing to that left side again. This time he's been backing to Ziggy Ansah's side the whole game. Finally, he's able to beat Laramie Tunsil and get into the backfield with a big hit. Impressed to see Tannehill hold on to that ball.
You're right. That was a big hit he took. That could have easily been 6 the other way. But, as I just said, they needed some pressure, and the front four generated that pressure without any type of blitz behind it.
I've been impressed with how Mitch's boy, Laramie, the product out of Ole Miss, has been holding up against Ziggy all night, as Tannehill really has used that left side of the field to set himself up for deeper passes. And he's got the drag this time to Ajayi out of the backfield.
Great 12-yard pickup there. Sets him up 3rd and manageable here at 3rd and 6.
Much needed. Much needed. Yes.
We'll see here, but I have a feeling that if you give this ball back to the Lions on a 3-and-out, this could be that could be bad news. It could be another touchdown drive and go up by 10 if they don't convert right here, I'm afraid.
Clock getting low as they go trips left.
Lions are still making adjustments.
They got that drag. He throws it back across the grain and hits Julius, I believe.
I believe that is Julius Thomas. Yes.
Got him on that backside look on the in route. And Jared Davis making the tackle. Good time set up there from just the 4-man rush.
Well, and here we go. As we saw last drive, this second half could be a shootout. Both guys are really executing offensively, and I'm not quite sure if either defense is going to get any stops unless they actually make some picks. I think that's the only way we're going to see some stops right now.
Working in the inside. Nice
Wow.
move back to the inside is Warlow as they brought 5 there. And you'd like to see them bring a little bit more pressure up the A and B gaps against these offensive linemen, Isaac Asiata, Ted Larson, and even the young Pat Elfline. They're not the best
they're
of
definitely
offensive
weak.
linemen. They're playing well today. They've been playing well as a group. But it's something you'd like to challenge and attack.
Their weakness is up the middle. We'll see here.
2nd and 17 now.
Lions showing a 0 look, and
Bringing
he
that
ran
outside
right into
run.
that.
Yep. Ran right into that edge pursuit.
3rd and 19.
And
Wow.
we saw earlier in the game when the Lions were up by multiple scores, they just went ahead and punted, or ran the ball and punted. But
Yep.
at this
They took
juncture
an
in the
inside
game,
zone.
I'm not sure if they'll be happy with that. So they're going to go 5 wide, 4 wide, and a tight.
I'd watch
that
out for
backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Jarvis Landry screen right here.
I'd watch
to the
Kajewski
left.
up that seam again or on and out.
Yeah.
He's been a big-time threat in these situations. He's got him
There's
on
the
that
out.
core. He got him, but he got sacked by Reeves Maben. Ziggy Ansah was in there. Good pressure up the middle from the Lions.
And Reeves Maben hits the fadeaway as they walk off the field.
And they were looking towards that corner,
Yes, they were.
corner route. And I'm not sure that it was going to pick up the yardage needed as
No, I think
cornerback,
it would have been tough.
Nevin Lawson was lurking there in
Yes,
coverage.
the deep third over there that Lawson was in, that would have been probably some trouble.
And Washington not much doing again. And they will start out at the 26 with a minute in the 3rd. If you're Detroit, are you looking for explosive plays again, or do you want to start playing with that clock and get this into the 4th quarter? I would think that they'll be shooting. Obviously, you'll score whenever you get the chance, but I'd be thinking they'll come in with that mindset of another one of those long, dreadful drives for defense with a different result than the last one we saw.
I think you are exactly right. I think, as you said, they'll take whatever the defense gives them, but they'd be happy with a nice long drive here.
That 3-3-5 odd look again from the Dolphins. Play action looking.
He's got the middle.
He's got that middle open. Golden Tate getting loose. Just too much time to throw the football for this defense. Too much time to throw. As again, they only bring 3 in the blitz, in the pass rush.
Yeah, and as we said in the first half, if you're going to give Stafford that kind of time, he's going to find something. I don't think you can afford to do that the rest of this ball game. You got to bring at least 4.
Should be the
that doesn't
last
mean you have to
play
blitz.
Of the quarter if completed. He's going over the top. What a play on both ends
Marvin.
as he catches that over top of Anthony Barr trying to get deep into the drop of his zone. And Marvin Jones Jr. may be your MVP so far tonight.
For sure.
I know they like to give it to the quarterback. He's played well outside of that interception lurk, but my goodness.
With the 2
MJ
touchdowns.
Jr.
Oh, yeah, 2 touchdowns and a couple great catches, just like that one right there. Marvin has to be the favorite as we head into the fourth quarter right here. So we head in here to the fourth quarter. You know that the Lions have a field goal in hand here if they don't turn the ball
It ain't
over.
enough. 6 points is doing you nothing right now, in my opinion. Just the way this
I was
game
just
is
going to
gone.
say, are the Lions going to look to give the Dolphins some of their own medicine right here?
They come out in that 3-3-5. And again, a play action boot looking for something, and it's Kiko Alonso finally making an appearance off of the edge. It looked like that play was going to be successful for the Lions, possibly another touchdown strike. Instead, now you are thinking about that field goal.
Yeah, that field goal is not quite so much in the bag anymore, is it?
Stafford coming out 3
like
wide.
cover
He's got
2 look.
Ebron flexed just outside of Wagner.
Cover 3 look.
And a little release
check
play
down.
for Ebron. Very nicely done, and he's not done yet.
Oh,
he
he's
is
not
not done yet.
What?
Eric Ebron down to the 13-yard line as Anthony Barr just couldn't bring him down. The legs were churning.
Ebron wants this Super Bowl. He's saying not so fast to this MVP talk of Marvin Jones Jr. I don't think he can overcome that, though.
Now, if you're Detroit, are you thinking about that outside running game, a toss, a stretch? You sticking to this play action, try and catch him thinking run again, as they've done a couple times tonight.
It's not play action.
He's got the drag, he hits it, just going to pick up a yard or 2 to Clowney, the rookie tight end. They've done a nice job rotating all 3 tight ends as well on this side of the football. Both teams have done a nice job.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them get back into that outside.
This has
he's
been
excited.
This has been a
This has been a great Super Bowl.
it has outstanding. This is a difficult part of the field to play in
Like this
CFL,
look,
in Madden. It looks like they're going to try and pull on a running play to the left side out of this pistol look. And that might add. Oh, they did not pick up the block in classic fashion for a video game that we like to play most of the time. That's not one of the times.
If somebody just picks up that cornerback, we got a
3v1
touchdown for the Lions.
3v1, nobody blocked him. So what should have been a walk-in touchdown now makes it very difficult here. Can Stafford
3rd and 5 from the 8.
keep the ball away from this Dolphins drop coverage?
We saw him bring zero blitz on the last time that the Lions threw a pass down here on that touchdown play. I don't think you'll see 0 here, though.
Tough passing territory. They might try and be content with a field goal here. Stafford changing things up at the line. He's looking for that rub route.
Wow.
Looking for that slant, and he's got it. Galladay, Kenny Galladay, touchdown, number 2 of the day for him.
I'm very surprised that we see a cover 2 man defensive call right there. I don't know. That just doesn't. That surprises me out of the Dolphins right there. It's not typical of them in the red zone.
Prater will make it a 10-point ball game. Miami, what you got?
Ryan Tannehill, game on.
Just about 9.5 minutes left in CFL Super Bowl 21. It has been an offensive thriller. And hopefully it is not done for Miami yet. Plenty of time, a couple more possessions available to them in this game, save for one of those 5-minute Lions drives that they're fully capable of putting together.
I think that we will see, well, I shouldn't say we'll see. I definitely am not counting the Dolphins out by any means right here. They've got plenty of offensive firepower to do stuff. And
Tannehill going play action, looking for those crosses. It's dropped! Tunsil picking it up in the nick of time.
Oh, wow.
He gave up the
pressure, though, so the least he could do was pick up the fumble that he gave up.
Yep. Ansah came buzzing off that edge again, as he might have had that out route against Nevin Lawson lined up. Just not enough time. And Ziggy Ansah getting after it in this second half. And Tannehill now will go 4 wide.
4 wide. Empty backfield here.
Looking for that drag. Got nothing. He's going to take what he can with his legs, which is about 6-7 yards. And that brings up a 3rd and 13. Not 4 down territory yet.
No, it's not. Against a team like Detroit, definitely feels like it could be, but you can't afford to do that right here. Same formation. We'll see what they end up going with here.
Flip to the other side. Jared Davis backing off the line of scrimmage in that double A gap look. Tannehill making adjustments at the line. And he takes that one. Plenty of time to throw. A nice hitch route underneath.
Right on the
Tease Tabor. Nice adjustment at the line from Tannehill.
Jarvis did a nice job of running that right to the line to gain and picked up a Dolphins first down. Big opportunity for them right here. I'd like to see it. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take a shot here. They've got the skill set to do it.
Damian Williams into the ball game, always a threat out of the backfield, as we've seen tonight in limited amounts of touches, and he takes that one just right up the middle. Ziggy Ansah again buzzing off the edge.
Bring that corner blitz. One thing that we haven't seen yet from the Dolphins, I'm kind of surprised, I don't think we are really in a game situation to see it anymore, is that combination that they have to run a fly sweep out of ace formation.
That's been a prototypical play for them, trying to take advantage of matchups with Jakeem Grant's speed. We have not seen any of their looks out of that they typically do, and that is a user lurk over the middle by Nevin Lawson. Some would argue against that result, but it is a nice user lurk nonetheless. And now, if you're Miami, you quickly have to focus your attention to forcing a field goal attempt here by any means necessary.
I mean, you were down 2 scores before. If you can hold them to a field goal, you're still only down 2 scores. But now it's 2 touchdowns.
Abdullah crashing up the middle for 3. They expect to see some conservative clock running here from Detroit, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how conservative do you get here if you're Detroit? You hate to take your foot all the way off the pedal, but at the same time, you've got 3 in the bag against a very good ball-hawking defense.
Ebron going to motion from right to left and join Roberts tight to the left side of the formation. And Riddick is going to take it up the middle, grinding through a Jordan Phillips tackle down to the 30, as Nevin Lawson was beat up on that interception return. And it brings up a 3rd and 5, as this one will get under about 5:40.
Yeah, we'll be down to 5:40 to play by the time we take the snap.
And they're going to go 3 tight.
3 tight. Yeah.
They might be thinking toss with this look, as Kiko Alonso looks to set an edge the other way. Riddick with plenty of room, a flag on the play, tackle made in space by Rashad Jones, and that one's coming back. It's that Pro Bowl rookie left guard, Ben Tate.
And that's unfortunate. That was on the backside of the play, too.
You push Prater way out to a 55, 56-yard field goal at this point. And again, are you going to maybe spread it out and try and just run it, pick up a handful of yards here? Or do you go for something more? And they're going to go 3 wide out of single back look.
Yeah.
And a weak look in the box from the Dolphins here.
Yeah, you could pick your couple of yards up and get into field goal range. That's just what they do. Oh, boy.
And that one is topsy-turvy 2-yard gain to set up a 54-yarder for Matt Prater, make it 55. And now the risk of the field goal block is certainly in the picture as well.
Nope.
As Prater got that one nails. And supposedly with a patch, it's unblockable.
That's unblockable.
And he's got it with that big leg. It'll make it a 41-28 game. Good stop there from Miami's defense with the benefit of the holding call.
Yeah, the holding call proved to be the factor in limiting that to a field goal. And here we go, Tannehill taking the field, needing 2 touchdowns here in the final 4:42 of this Super Bowl. What are you looking for here out of Detroit? You gonna sit back, play some coverage, or are you gonna?
I'd play some drop man coverage. Maybe use it as safety over top of the juice man. They haven't really looked Parker's way much at all in this game.
No, you're right. They have not.
It's been tight ends and Jarvis. 7-step drop from Tannehill, gets it out of his hands quickly on a hitch to Jarvis.
Safe tackle.
Tackle there by Wilson and Tabor, and they're going to go necessary to that tempo.
Yeah, they need to. I think you'll see the Lions, they brought pressure on that last play. No, it's really not. Well, you've got the athleticism, though, with Kajuste, but no, big time. You got to go back to your
huddle. To Ajayi, blown up by Maben in the backfield. As we've seen the struggles a little bit more in the running game with this matchup for Miami.
So after the way the last couple of drives gone, is Marvin Jones still your potential MVP?
Big plays. Huge plays. Him and Galladay they'd probably end up going to Stafford.
Probably.
Distribution. But Kajuste getting loose again. He's been their offensive MVP, possibly. It's been reliable all playoffs for them with big plays, as has Jarvis,
I know we've seen Ajayi hit a couple big plays out of the backfield, particularly in the pass game, same with Damian Williams. We have not seen a screen yet from either team. Halfback screen, that is.
That is correct. This one's covered very, very well. Toe drag
Nice
from Parker
catch.
on the sideline in front of Tabor. Long developing out route.
Devontae.
Good movement in the pocket there from Tannehill as well to step up into that one.
Yeah, he had a lot of bodies.
He's getting tired out there.
Lions are bringing in a couple substitutions here on the defensive side of the ball. Would expect them to sit back in a very conservative look here because of that.
Ajayi back into the ball game now. Dollar look from Detroit. Tannehill making some changes.
Got that too deep
got
look.
That drag
Is he gonna take that post look?
He's holding the ball, looking to scramble. Good blocking from the Dolphins up front there.
I think he wanted that post over the top, but I think the nose tackle, whoever that is, I'm not exactly sure which one's in there, pushed the center right back into Tannehill. Didn't let him step up to hit the post.
Tannehill making changes, clock running. Got the drag the other way to Kajuste again. Nope, that's Fasano.
That's Fasano there.
The other white guy. And now, as we approach the 2-minute warning, they gotta get things going here. They do still have the 3 timeouts. It'd be nice to score, ideally, right here on this play. But you can't force it.
the one thing Detroit's taking away right now, but Miami's got to start to look to hit a couple bigger plays here than these little drags they've been hitting lately.
And Miami will be content with what's happening right now,
Oh,
for sure.
no, they
And
won't.
Tannehill is just a little too greedy, trying to get the extra yardage late with the slide, and Nevin Lawson will house this one. And
can't
that is going to do it for this CFL Super Bowl 21 Lions.
I cannot blame Tannehill there, though. You needed to pick up that one more yard. Looks like he was looking to slide, but probably just came into it a little bit too late.
And a nice play there to pursue Tannehill, who got a little greedy, wanting to make the big
could have
play
been
and
a
get
block,
that
which would
first
have
down.
made this up. So, now that we see the Lions are winning this, this is a great farewell to what's been a wonderful era of Detroit Lions football.
Just one tear down the cheek for the Detroit Lions in the CFL. As Kodiak has decided to move on to bigger and better things. And let's shut it down in the shout box real quick. Slide is not broken. You cannot, a human being at full speed cannot just suddenly drop to the ground within a split second when they're about to be hit. You've got to slide a yard or two early. You can't slide at the exact moment that he has to be down before
I've
he
never
gets
had
hit.
any problems if I've been anticipating a hit. The only times I've had a problem with sliding is if I've been too greedy trying to pick up that extra yard or two.
Yep.
But anyway, back to where we were. I think Cody's run in Detroit is up there in some of the best runs we've had. He's been there for what now? Is this his
Sixth season.
third cycle?
Is it his third cycle or second? Third?
Was it only?
Jags,
was the
Giants, Giants, Lions, Lions, right?
Was
Something
it
like
only
that.
Lions?
Picked
Oh boy, this
off.
is getting
What a
ugly.
play. What
This
a
is getting
play.
ugly.
As the backups are in with the tired bodies.
So, anyway, we've got a lot of movement going on for next year in the coaching carousel. And I know that I am going to miss playing Cody. The games are always fun against him, even though he's
Super
so
Bowl.
damn good. They're always fun. But anyway, going back to Minnesota, I must say I'm excited, though, to be back in a familiar division. Oh, Cody's Lions are winning in that game, D11.
Congratulations to Cody. Was this 7-6?
Is this... I'm not 100% sure. He won the one at the Giants. Is that right? Or no, he won 3 with the Giants. I'm sorry.
Kodiak is a CFL 1? No, that's
No, that's
not
crazy.
wrong. I'm looking at something wrong. Super Bowl 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
16.
19.
17, 19, 21.
No, he didn't win 16 and 17, right? Because he only won 2 of 3 Super Bowls last cycle.
They won 2 last cycle, I believe. Lost
Yeah.
one.
Oh, unless 16 was from the cycle before.
The confetti is falling in Minnesota for the
And who are we
second
gonna get?
consecutive season.
Yes, it is. Well, so what was your difference in the game? I mean, I know that the end got a little sloppy with turnovers, but before that,
Sue was a big impact, but not a massive impact. But I mean, he's the only high-quality player they had on the defensive line there. But I'd just say it's that pressure that Detroit's able to get with that. They took it full advantage of a very poor Dolphins O-line. Very poor.
I think I'd have to
that
agree
really
with you
needs
there.
addressed. I don't think they addressed it at all this offseason.
No, they did not. I remember, I forget if we talked about it on the air of one of our episodes, but that was definitely a weakness going into the offseason, and they maybe have slightly upgraded one of the 3 positions that were weak.
There's that offense. Reeves, Maben,
Davis.
Davis getting involved.
Jared Davis holding that trophy. Matthew Stafford excited to bring another Super Bowl Lombardi trophy home to the city of Detroit. And do we not get to see an MVP?
No.
No.
Because Madden.
Because Madden. Yeah.
Great game till it got a little out of hand at the end. Great game, back and forth. Great comeback by the Dolphins, then great job by the Lions to put an end to that in the fourth quarter and rattled off 17.
Yes. Wonderful game. I really want to see a couple of these highlights right here. Let's just watch here the Lions left side of that line just do some work. I mean, look at that double team. Oh, that Anthony Barr getting pancaked.
Galladay
pancaking a safety,
and
I believe.
Couldn't wrap up from behind as a
Oh, no, was that a linebacker? Galladay pancaking a linebacker there? No, it's 30.
That's Cardrea. And Abdullah shedding that tackle from behind by Raekwon McMillan and soaring through the air. And then the Dolphins come right back out, and Jay Ajayi gets one of his own, stretching the other way for 57.
This was a great patience, I believe, on the right out here with the block from Fasano.
Yeah, great pickup right there as he ran into him.
And then just one juke coming up on the safety.
Iloka for a loop.
Iloka just flew right past him.
We will get into the re-signing stage after about 10 minutes, and we should be right on schedule for what I had posted, hoping to do the kickoff on Thursday night still to give us a little extra time with the New Year's for that first week.
So we're going to do first week up through
Monday.
The weekend through Monday. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Unless somehow we all finish really quickly, then we can just do an early advance again and catch it on Wednesday. But as of right now, we'll just go one day early through to Monday.
I see. That's cool. So it looks like the Lions could very well be could be the kickoff game, depending on the matchups.
Cody, do you have your re-signings, all the key stuff done? Or do I need to make sure I get
Hawk Pride
in here before I advance? And I don't know if he's around or not.
For your Lions,
He
Cody.
is online. For the Lions, since you got to switch over to the Bengals now. Bengals.
Well, he already has somebody on the Bengals, though, right?
Yeah.
One of his gamer tags. So, I mean, theoretically, if Hawk Pride's not around.
Lions anymore. Hawk is online, though, right now.
Okay, good. All right, so Hawk is on.
Now. Yeah.
So we could have Cody drop off and have Hawk join before the advance?
Yep.
Cool. And then Cody could switch back to his real gamer tag if he wanted to on the Bengals.
Yep. Yep.
And otherwise, are we all set for 32 going into re-signings, or is anybody left to join?
No, we're good. We're ready to go.
Awesome. Looking forward to
Junior. Caught him sleeping. Caught him sleeping.
Definitely looking forward to a new season with hopefully some fresh blood that is gonna stick around.
Yes, sir. And we're holding out. If anybody's gonna quit, wait till like week 8 or 9, so then Baker can slide into that spot.
Is that what he said by the end of
Around
middle of January?
around the New Year, a little after, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He bit as hard as you, D11. Damian got loose there, bouncing off of the back of Fasano was just a key
Yeah.
in this game, in the running game.
Well, Fasano's a great run blocker. He is a difference maker. It doesn't bring much to the passing game though.
See this
This is
Barr
the Anthony
lurk
Barr.
here, off of the edge.
He
dropped
just
him
sits
into
2 yards
a
deep.
Quarterback contain or something there. Dropped him into something.
That's a
Well,
spy.
Just a crap load of 3-man rushes from the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think if they were to go back and look at the tape, that's one thing. Maybe they try to do a little bit differently. And I'm not even saying to have to blitz. Just bring 4.
Yep.
Instead of
especially when
3.
you lose Sue.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
pretty much nothing going for you.
At this point, if Cody can zoom out, I want to see the blocking on the right side of this. Not the right side. Oh yeah.
Ooh, the double move,
what's that
though,
corner doing?
That didn't do anything.
No, it didn't.
Other than got him a little flat-footed to not be able to catch him. Because I think he does have equal speed or greater. Slay's got like freaking 94 speed. It would be nice to see him take a step towards that instead of just chilling. All he did is squared up and kept going. George Iloka, the ugly ass play action in this game. Ugh, it's so gross. That's what I said. He looked like he went and started covering the fullback or the tight end or whoever it was off of the play action. He just started running over there.
This is the pick to end the first half. Yeah, I think you were right. That Crazy probably just either thought he could. Now there's no way he thought he could get it over the safety, so he missed the safety. I bet.
Yeah. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Season 22, man. Season 22, full of jubilation and new CFL Super Bowl champions.
Let's make it the most active season of the cycle.
Shouldn't be that hard to do after this past season.
No, it shouldn't.
Which is gross.
After the way this season ended, NFC particularly just had all kinds of simulation games, and definitely played a factor in the playoffs. Or who got in the playoffs, I should say.
Right. All right, I am going to sign out, wait for Cody to be done replay baiting.
All right.
Get Hawk Pride in here on the Lions and get this advance taken care of. If you guys are around your Xbox and haven't done your scouting and you want to make sure you do that, you can. Otherwise, I'm sure it'll be there for...
If you lose half the points.
Scouting. Do you lose half of what you get, though? In this stage?
Yeah, you lose half the points.
Every time?
Every time you don't
use the season, but I didn't know it was during this stage too.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that I don't know why I wouldn't have thought this would be any different.
You can take some screens, Cody. Go for it. I'm just ready to send him the invite. Just want to make sure he can take care of it in the next 15 before I leave.
All right, hey, congratulations!
Congratulations,
yes. Cody. And thanks for listening, everyone.
Oh, man.